Joining me is the panel, Stephen Conroy, former Labor Senator and Cabinet Minister, and Pauline Hanson, leader of One Nation. Pauline Hanson, what did the result in Fadden tell you?
Well, it tells me that Anthony Albanese is in trouble. And I think the voice, and he's pushing for the voice, people are saying, no, we don't want the voice. And I think the election had a lot to do with that. Another thing it tells me is that I think the Liberal Party have actually got their act together. Peter Dutton did nothing up until the end of last year and the beginning of this year. He's now, I think he's found his feet. He's now, talking more about the issues that are important to people, cost of living, and with rising electricity costs, and also the voice. So I think that people are starting to listen to the Liberals more. But Anthony Albanese, what he's pushed, high immigration into the country, high electricity costs, the voice, has done him no favours whatsoever. So I'm pleased with our result. We polled the third highest out of 13 candidates, and we've maintained our vote from the last election. So I'm very happy with the result that One Nation got.
Steve Conroy, what did you read into it?
Well, I think there's three separate issues. There's Fadden, there's the voice, and then there's the two national polls. News poll came out today, and I think resolve for the 9 papers come out this evening. And so just to deal with Fadden first, I think that Peter Dutton's single biggest emotion that he would have felt on Saturday night was just pure relief. Oh, thank God. Because after the Aston by-election, just for any sort of win, he would take it and put in his back pocket. In terms of the actual result, and I don't want to disappoint you, but trying to pretend that a 3% swing is some sort of magnificent swing when it doesn't even get you back to where you were at the last full federal election in 2019. So Dutton has not even recovered the lost votes at the last election. And while he'll be pleased, he got a small swing to him.
It's a swing back.
3% is not 5%. You want a big swing? It's got a 6% swing in Aston. That's a big swing. 3% doesn't even return him back to where he was in the 2019 result. But also you've got to remember this is Queensland. It's Labor's worst state. We only hold 5 seats. And clearly Labor has a lot of work still to do to try and improve its vote in Queensland. In terms of the national polls, it's terrible for the line that how great Peter Dutton's doing. So I want some of what Pauline's sniffing because it's got to be pretty good. The national polls show again Peter Dutton is in real trouble all around the country.
It is a 10-point lead. It is a 10-point lead, two-party preferred, to the coalition, to Labor. But, Pauline, my point is that the narrative has changed. Yes, relief, but Peter Dutton actually got a swing to him. I think a lot of people were fearing it'd be a swing against him. A lot of Liberals were fearing it'd be a swing against him. A lot of Labor would have hoped for it. It didn't happen. It went the other way. The narrative is changing. We've seen it already today. And if the voice is next, Labor's Albanese's big thing, I think that could have a very bad effect on the government. What do you think?
Of course it will have a big effect on the government. And Stephen, remember, this election, by-election, you had 13 candidates, unlike the 2019 election as well. So it is. The voice has a lot to do with this. And I think that if Albanese loses the voice significantly across the whole country with the national vote and the states against him, and he doesn't get it up, I think there will be a challenge on to his leadership, because I don't think they'll want him to lead it into the next election as leader of the Labor Party. So this is going to be Anthony Albanese's, whether he'll stay in that leadership position. And the way I'm picking it up, what I'm hearing, the voice is going to go down. I haven't met anyone who agrees with it. Aboriginals, everyone, that are not happy with the voice and the way that the Labor Party and Albanese is selling the voice to the public.
What do you think? I mean, I'm not sure that's a big call that Albanese will be turfed out. But what do you make of it? What will the effect on his leadership be, Stephen?
Yeah. No, look, I don't take my advice on leadership challenges in the Labor Party from Pauline. I'm sorry, Pauline. I've got a bit more experience in them. But look, the voice has been trending downwards in all the polls. It trended down further in today's poll. I mean, that's disappointing. The Yes campaign's advertising hasn't really kicked in yet. There's a lot of debate about how much money the Yes campaign has yet to spend. I would hope that the ads are clearer and really sharpen up the message. I'm still optimistic it can win the national vote. I've always been worried that it's tough to get 4 states to vote for something. Any referendum on any issue, whether you like the voice or not for various reasons. But I'm still optimistic that the national vote will get across the line and hopefully can squeak across the line in 3 states. In terms of an impact, if it was to go down, I don't think it'll have any significant impact on our vote at all. He'll be disappointed. He'll be disappointed on behalf of something he's believed in, pushed for, and campaigned for. But do I think it's going to have any significant impact? You might be right, but I just think in the context of...
Look, you might be right, but in the context of further interest rates
would hurt. No,
I would think that many voters would say hurt. That was a massive distraction. You know, a massive distraction. You've wasted 2 years. Really, you lost the plot. That, I think, is a real threat.